Now, you may think that we're done, but we are not, because I want to show you the first draft of the music for this trailer. The way I make these, let's see. Yeah, okay. So the way I make these is I listen to music, surprise, and then I every so often I'll pick up something that I think sounds good. So for instance, no, that's not what I want. I want trailers. Okay, so I have a few drafts. The same thing with the Kino Langdazell Redux trailer. I recut the music a few times to get it to work, to get it to a point that I like. So what you just heard, the music, was Winds of Silent Sea 3. It was a collection of music that I decided was the best for what I was going for. Winds of a Silent Sea 2 was the second draft, and instead of... And I originally planned for the Temple of Time to make an appearance, and for all of the False Master Swords to make an appearance. But when I was recording it, recording the trailer, the game was crashing all over the place, because 6.5 was broken. And the Hero's Shade was originally going to appear. Things like that. But Zelda's Journey through the Shrines, that was always in there. The original cut for Winds of a Silent Sea, the music anyway, had Sovngarde. So it's pretty much exactly the same after from 115 on. It's exactly the same, and I really liked this combination, but I didn't really want to use Sovngarde again. I used it for the Itnamzan trailer, I think, and I didn't want to use it a million times. The one thing that kept it in for so long was this. Like this, the Sovngarde chant follows this timing, and that it has like exactly the same notes, and I didn't intend that at all. I just put it in and lined everything up, and it accidentally made that amazing progression, and I really wanted to keep it in. But when I heard the Swedish Radio Symphony Orchestra, I decided that it was better to have that in there instead. The reason I decided for using this piece of Nerevar Rising is because it's a single female voice, which gives it symbolism for the story of Relics of Hyrule, and what 6.5, the lore that comes with 6.5 is all about. And it also, I really tried to replicate what I had with the Sovngarde chant. I tried to, because there's certain notes in Nerevar Rising that match up a little bit with the Legend of Zelda theme, so I tried to line it up. It never sounded right. So I decided that this interplay of the two worked really well for what I needed. And you can see that I changed how the theme sort of moved in and out with Nerevar Rising, which is all straight, but this one I made it louder in parts and quieted it down so that it could meld nicely. So I go over and over, and I listen to these things over and over and over until I like it. And usually if I get goosebumps from it, that means that it's a top-notch. Oath to Order was always in there. And I might as well show you the cut that so this one is for 6.7. These two are for 6.6. This is for 6.8. This is for when I release the special edition. But I wanted to show you the original Redux trailer for Kino Langdon-Zelda, because it was a little different the way it was set up. So, the original trailer music for the redone Kino Langdon-Zelda trailer was pretty much identical to the original trailer music. But I wasn't really happy with it because it was, Song of the Dragonborn is used for like everything, and it felt sort of repetitive using this because this is the Song of the Dragonborn. So I like the backward ballad of goddesses, which is important because the Kino Langdon houses the Ocarina of Time. But I decided, I keep clicking on that expecting there's to be something there. I recut it once Times End 2 came out because I heard the Deku Palace remix that Theophany made, and I'm like, that's perfect. So it's exactly the same. It starts with the Skyrim boss music and goes to the Ballad of the Goddesses, but and of course I kept the Redead scream because, you know, it's Kino Langdonzell introduced Redeads. The reason why I chose Deku Palace is because the Theophany's remix, this part especially, this sounds like a dwarven ruin. Listen to this. I'm gonna turn up the volume a little. Like that, the way that it was remixed, it's like it sounds like anvils and everything. So I'm like that. I decided that was perfect. So I make changes, and I want it to fit the theme of what I'm getting across. That's what I did with Winds of a Silent Sea for 6.5. The story of 6.5 is told better through this use of Nerevar Rising than it was through the use of the Sovngarde chant. It's still the same tune, but having one voice really told the story a little better. And I am using other parts of different things for other things. I can give you a little preview of the Relics of Hyrule Special Edition music that will be coming out. Or, well, when I port it to Special Edition, I'm going to give you just a little taste of what it'll sound like. The reason why I use music that is either based on Zelda or from Zelda or things like that is because, and Skyrim is because that's what Relics of Hyrule is. It's using Skyrim and Zelda, putting them together. So every trailer has to have at least something from Skyrim or Zelda, ideally both. Of course, with 6.4, I didn't really do that. 6.4, is that still in here? I don't think 6.4 is still in here, but 6.4 used, well, what was it? The Elegy by Foray, because I felt that fit Lorule better than any Zelda music I could find. But I still use Zelda music as part of that. This is just Ballad of the Goddesses. And this goes through Battle of the Goddesses, and this is based on the first trailer for Relics of Hyrule that I ever put out. This is sort of a remake of that, but then I went overboard and did some other things. And I like that these don't line up perfectly, because they're different tempos. At some points they do line up, and that's sort of the same thing as what Relics of Hyrule is. It's sort of symbolic. The Song of the Dragonborn doesn't line up perfectly, but they still don't sound bad together. And then it transitions to, what is this? I don't even know what this is. Oh, I know what it is. This is Spirit Tracks. So this was actually part of the first ever cut of music for 6.5. This transition from Spirit Tracks to Secunda. And it was such a great transition, but I didn't feel like it fit very well. It made the trailer too long, so I took it out and put it into this, because the Relics of Hyrule trailer for Special Edition isn't going to be... It's going to be recorded in Special Edition, but it's going to be about the mod itself. So it's going to be an overview of the mod, which is why the trailer is going to be... How long is this? The trailer is going to end up being like 4 minutes long. And of course it ends... But I'm not going to tell you any more about the middle. You'll have to wait. And there's some other rejected pieces like this. What is this? Yeah, this was the original ending for this trailer. Let's see. But you know, it doesn't really work. It's too big, and then it needed to flow into something else, and it's a good chunk of music. It's a good piece of music from Healing Termina. I may use it again in the future, but it didn't fit for what I wanted for the special edition trailer. So I will leave you with that. I think that's it. Thank you for this breakdown of the 6.5 trailer, and for the for sticking around for the extra stuff. Did I just thank you for making this video? Because I made it. You're welcome. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for being patient with 6.5. And this is sort of... I wanted to do something to celebrate the re-release of 6.5. So thanks for watching, have a good day, and be kind to yourself.